Welcome to this first edition, very first, of What is Your Beef? This time we're talking about this year's Halloween and how my friend Levante thinks it's changed over the year. Well, I think it has stayed the same. I'm your host, Tyrese, aka Tyrese's Pieces Puff, but legally Tyrese, and my co-host,
Lavontai.
Levante. Okay, so let's get right into it. Levante,
Let's chat.
I think Halloween stayed exactly the same.
Do you have anything to back there?
Overpriced candy, cheap thrills.
But what about the trick or treat and the actual experience?
Honestly, I think it's stayed the same. People still doing
They
what they're doing.
they have added different events, especially here in Lake Charles, because we have never really had anything to do. But we have things like Lost Hollows, and then this year Game to Life has done a haunted trail, which I went to. I didn't go to Lost Hollows this year, but I went last year. They were enjoyable, but it's also something that we have not had before.
Why were they only,
So,
as you minced, enjoyable?
well, I'll get to that, but let me get to my first point. Is that those are not the average the average Halloween experiences. The average Halloween experiences for me is trick or treating, and I haven't been trick or treating since I want to say my middle school years, except for last night because I did go last night. So the reason why I think Halloween has really changed though is because we rely a lot on more on like these events rather than just plain old trick or treating. And trick or treating has just really gone downhill.
But there's always been events. I mean, trunk or
They've-
treat, haunted trails, haunted
And
houses.
all of them,
Always been events.
all of
and
them are
just
the
to
same.
say, they've always been better than the actual trick or treating. Just saying.
Yeah, but it was usually like a addition and not just we didn't have to rely on it.
Well,
So you say Halloween. Tell me about your go-to Halloween experience.
really, honestly, I didn't do much this year. But normally, I may go to at least one Halloween party.
Halloween party.
Yeah, Halloween party actually. Whether it be like with some friends or like my mom, she has some friends that go. I normally go to a lot. I go to trunk or treating, like a couple of them. Score some candy. Chocolate is the best candy. I'm just saying. Ain't got nothing on candy corn. Just saying.
Okay.
And usually I go on a haunted trail. What made Halloween for me was doing those things, and I'm just saying that hasn't stopped this year. They still happened. Whether you showed up to it or
It's
not.
gotten worse. It's
What
it's
has gotten worse? What's gotten
the whole.
worse?
I mean, like it's not as enjoyable. We don't have.
Because you did it all. This little kids that just experiencing these things, they're still finding enjoyable because it
I don't
just
think
started.
so. I don't think
They
that-
just started doing it.
I don't think. I don't
You
think,
just you
I,
old man. You've been doing this for a long time. Of course it's
I'm
gonna get old.
17 years
Of
old.
course, don't lie. Of course it's gonna.
I'm
Of course it's
17
gonna
years
feel
old.
old, man. You've been doing this for a long
No.
time. So how is that the lack of trick or treating this year was the downward progression of Halloween?
The whole reason why I went trick or treating this year is because with friends and family they were going, and it just gave me a chance to see how it still is. Well, let's talk about
Really?
our experiences then. So you said
Okay,
you went.
so give me.
you s-
Okay, so what is one? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
One thing you did this.
I-
You went on a haunted trail, right?
I
Well,
went on a haunted
I
trail.
wouldn't say a
to-
trail. It was like a inside thing, not really a trail. It's a haunted house.
whatever you want to
How
call
how
it.
how
Look,
scary was that?
so it was scary.
Explain.
But
When you walk
I always tell people that the scariest part for me is that I couldn't see.
in. Oh,
I couldn't.
oh man.
I couldn't see what I'm scared of. I'm more afraid of falling and tripping. Cause see, Game to Life is just stairs.
That's
everywhere.
where this was held. The game to life.
Yes.
Okay, so,
So
give us a whole a rundown. You walk in.
yeah,
What's
you
happening?
walk in. First thing, there's a body on the ground. Your face covered up, saying, "Help me, help me, help me," and get sucked in. Okay, that's cool or whatever. But I mean, I want to compare it to the Lost Hollows because Lost Hollows here in Lake Charles, I don't know about outside of here, but that's usually the go-to place.
Was the only really place.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in the
So-
woods.
Exactly.
Long.
So I gotta give
Grown
it.
men yelling
I
at you.
gotta give it. I gotta give.
What
it,
a carry
I
on
gotta
with a
give it to
chainsaw.
I gotta give it to Game to Life. It's enjoyable, but Lost Hollows is much longer, much more. It's much
They take you on a trail ride to the woods.
exactly.
Of course it's fun,
so
man.
yeah.
course.
Yeah, well,
I don't.
this is what this
I
whole
don't. I'm
that's
good.
what this whole podcast
Well,
is about. If
that
you don't,
has been this
uh,
edition of What Is Your Beef Halloween edition. With my friend Lavontai arguing Halloween has changed drastically over the couple years, and me arguing that it stayed just the same. Thank you for listening.